Well, how old were you when you first shot a gun at somebody?
I don't know now. I got to see because you know, I'm only gonna tell you about what they got documented or something. Because they always say, "Hey man, everybody go on Flag, they go to jail." But I don't know, blame the police or something like that.
I'm not asking for any. I'm not asking for names. I'm not asking for location. I'm just saying, what age were you when you first shot a gun at somebody?
About 13.
13 years old.
Yeah, I was about 13 when I first shot at somebody. And when they first arrested me for shooting somebody, I was like 14. So they arrested me for a whole lot of shootings. I ain't never admitted to nothing. I don't want to, because hey, I don't feel like a lot of stuff I wasn't guilty of. Like I said, it was a lot of killing going on, and at my time, the same way it is now. Baton Rouge been off the chain, Vlad. That's why Boosie had the stirs that Boosie had. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, probably say, oh, he just be like, no. He be telling you the truth when he talking about Baton Rouge. You know what I mean? Them young boys, when they talking about they said it's the truth. You know what I mean? But it's been going on. You know what I mean? Say like young boy, I love the little boy. You know what I'm saying? And I love he represent that 38th Street. But it's been going on 38. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the trenches. You know what I mean? We got the good and then had the bad. You know what I'm saying? So I was in that life.
Well, you said in Baton Rouge, you don't do drive-bys, you do walk-ups.
Yeah. And what I mean by that is that, California during my time, that's where the drive-bys came from. They, and then they doing it now. But, my time, we ain't do that. We just walk up to you and right there. Knock on your door, right there. In the club, you sitting at the bar, right there. In the front of the police station, right there. Wherever it was, we just didn't shoot up no cars and 20 people in the cars. We didn't do that in my era, in my generation.
Well, you're going in and out of jail during juvenile, and then you actually try to get into adult jail, but they wouldn't let you in.
No, actually, you're right. I was trying to get to the adult penitentiary, but you know what I'm saying? And they got an old guy just stopped me the other day and told me about that. I was 15 years old, and I was on escape from the Juvenile Institute, from LTI, from Scotland, Baton Rouge. I was on escape from that, and I got caught trying to snatch a money sack. Because that's what we was doing. We go to the bank and they, the cars pull up with the money sack. You just snatch the money sack, get cash money, keep it moving. Take out running. Everything was about money with us. It didn't matter if it was gunplay, but it was about money. But when they caught me, I lied and said I was 17. So when I said they took me, you had to go to the jail. You stay in the jail about 30 days. Then I wind up in the parish, what we call, East Baton Rouge Parish Playhouse. And, our jails is worse than a whole lot of states and cities penitentiaries. Yeah, they jail, but we call it the parish because, Baton Rouge, we the only county. We ain't no county, we parishes. But, and at that time, it was rough. But I wanted to be with the big boys. I wanted to be with the men. You know what I'm saying? I was, at that age, I thought I was a man. You feel me? Yeah, but I was in the jail with them until one of the deputies, the sheriff, seen me that know my family and know that I ain't supposed to be there, and they come got me. I was like in about 3-4 months, though.
Well, you keep escaping, and at one point, you and your crew started robbing fast food joints.
Yeah, I had like...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I had... That was like 85. I had 21 counts of armed robbery. You know what I mean? We had a couple, 3 counts of murder. And like I said, we was young. At that time, I'm straight out the juvenile institution. I had juvenile life, you know what I mean? But I'm escaping. I did like 4 years. So we robbing everything. McDonald's, Burger King. Again, we got caught. We went to, wind up. They broke the charges down, copped out, made a deal, and went to the penitentiary. All of us. But yeah, that's what we was on back then. See, it's a different now. Again, we was about money. It didn't matter if we was into it with another neighborhood or what was going on with the gunplay, we was gonna get some money, and that was our way of money. We ain't had rap back then, you know what I mean? We know how to do that, but we knew how to rob,
I mean, what was the most you ever got from robbing a fast food spot?
Oh, we were hitting like about, at that time, 85, begin 86, we getting $40,000, $50,000. We knowing the money in the safe,
Oh, okay.
And Not just that, because I'm gonna tell you because I got convicted of it. I went to prison for it, or Money cut insurance, and I didn't even do that. My mans them did it, but I copped out. I took the charge. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't plead guilty to it, because the police lied and say that I got picked out on the photo lineup. If I don't plead guilty, they're gonna convict these two, and these two gonna get 50 years for the robbery. But if I plead guilty, they only gonna give me 6. But like they hit the Money cut insurance, and they come out there like I'm talking about this 85, and we're like about $120,000. Come straight to my spot, break it down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we was getting money back then because we wasn't just going to get no cash ready. You know what I'm saying? We was getting the safe, and it got to the point to, Baton Rouge, I'm talking about, they was off the chain. They had all kind of little crews out here. Shout out to the bandana boys. Shout out to the party boys, yeah. But that's how we got money back then, though. We just went straight took it.
Well, there was a situation where I guess they were trying to arrest you and you ended up killing a horse?
No, I was in the juvenile institution. And I had juvenile life, you know what I'm saying? And the only way I could get off the yard is they had a basketball team, they had a boxing team, and they had the choir for the church. So I was in everything, but they would never let me leave and go to the churches and go to the basketball games. But one day they had a thing on a Sunday at a church in my neighborhood, on 46th in that park. And I wanted to go bad. They wouldn't let me go, so I went crazy, and I grabbed a hoe, what we call a hoe, which you cut weeds and trees with. I grabbed that off the back of a truck, one of the officers' truck, and the captain, she on the horse. And she chasing me, trying to run over me with the horse, and I jump up to the side, hit the horse around the neck, then hit her side the head, but she had the wig on way back then, just knocked the wig off her head, you know what I'm saying? But I was trying to knock her head off for real, Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I had some episodes, yeah.